Sorry about that. I forgot to hit record earlier. So that missing side of the triangle, this missing side matches, so the missing side of the rectangle matches that side of the triangle. So if I can find the side of the triangle, talking about this side right here, then I can find the base of my rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to blow up my triangle. I had a height of 4, the base is 6. How do I find the diagonal side? Bless you. Nope. Not height plus base. Actually, not height times base either. That would be area. It's a little bit more complicated than that. What if I just drew half of my triangle? Kelsey. We're going to do Pythagorean theorem. That height is always perpendicular, which means we got right triangles every single time. So you're going to do 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. And if you work that out, your c is going to be 5. 3, 4, 5 is a common Pythagorean triple. So that means all those yellow sides that I marked are 5 units long. And so is the other side of that triangle. So how big are the rectangles? They are 5 by 6, so each of them are 30 units large. Base is 5, height is 6. So I have all 4 pieces of the triangular prism done. Because that scratched out piece is the bottom and that doesn't actually touch the wrapping paper. 5 and 6. Yeah, this yellow side is 5 units long, and then that side is 6. So that each of those boxes right there are the 30s. Okay. Then we're going to move to the rectangular prism. It's all rectangles. It can't be that hard, right? Let's fill in all the sides that we know. These long sides are all 12s. And the front piece is 6 by 4. So it looks labeled like that, which means the back gets labeled the same way. So I'm looking at this top half piece. How long is the horizontal or the base? How long is this piece right here? Three or 6? That piece. It's 6. Because it is that, it's this same piece right there. I'll erase all this extra stuff. So this top piece is 6, and then what's that side? What's the left-hand side? It would correspond to this piece right here. Not 4. Kelsey.
6.
How'd you get 6? Not divided by 2, but it is 12 all the way across. Right there is 12. Right there is 12. So then this whole length is 12. Why is it 6? Ethan?
Because you're subtracting it.
Uh-huh. We have to take that length away. That length is 6. So we're left with 6 on the other side. Ooh, where we go. So that's 6 there. All right, so now we have all the numbers filled in. We're just going to multiply base times height and get the area of each of those rectangles.
Why did you have to take away that one?
The green length? So you've got this long, go away. You got this long rectangle here, right? That's the 6 by 12, where the yellow is. But we're not going all the way to the 12. We're only going that far. And we had to figure out how far that was. Since we already used 6 on that green section, we had 6 left for the yellow section.
So you're just finding that little.
Yeah, just the little half piece in the front. Because we're not going to wrap anything. This area here doesn't touch the wrapping paper, so we don't count that in the surface area. So we're just figuring out the yellow part of that surface. Same reason why we cross this part off on the triangular prism, because it's not actually exposed to the outside. Okay. So these are all rectangles, so just start multiplying away. 6 times 12 is 72. 24. All right, and then drawing that net out really helps you see, like, okay, I've got each of my 18 billion pieces. Then we just need to add them all up. Right, lots of surfaces to add together. Right, if I did it right, I got 336. Square feet. So I just took all of those surfaces, added them together. We made sure that we didn't calculate any that weren't exposed to the outside. And that's surface area of a compound shape. Okay, so not harder than regular surface area, really, just more time consuming because it's like you're doing 2 problems at once. Okay, questions? All right, so now on the next side, we're gonna do the exact same shape, so we're gonna do volume. Start with volume of our triangle prism. Since it's a prism, it's base area of the base times height. Which shape is the base of the triangular prism? Not the number, which shape? Elena? Good. The triangle on the end is our base. That's the base. Notice when you say triangular prism, that gives you a hint as to which shape you're dealing with for the base. So our area is actually going to be 1/2 little base times little height. That we're just talking about the base and the height of the actual triangle. Base is 6, height is 4. You actually already calculated this when you did the surface area. So you could just scroll back up and be like, oh yeah, area of the triangle is 12. Then we bring down the height, and here you're talking about the height of the prism, not the height of the triangle. So we're looking for this value. Let me change the highlight color. Looking for this pink value here. How long is that? Good. It is also 6. So the volume of our triangle prism is 72 units. Then we're going to do the volume of the rectangle prism. Area of the base times the height. Which rectangle are you going to use for the area of the base? In a rectangular prism, that's not a super important question. You could use any rectangle as the base. I was using this one because it kind of mirrored the position of the base of the triangle. But anyone will get you there. So I did 4 by 6 for my base. And then the height of that prism is 12. Multiply that together and you get 288. Then final answer, just add those two values together. The volume of this entire figure is 360 cubic feet. Why did I say it again? This 12? So that is the height right here of that box. Well, they're kind of separate shapes, so we calculate them separately. So I did do the height of the triangle prism, but that didn't affect the height of the rectangle prism. For the triangle prism? Oh, okay. So I used a different base than what you were thinking. Let me change the color. I think what you were thinking was you did the 6 by 12 as the base, and then you multiplied 4 being the height. So you were using the big rectangle as the area of the base, and then the small 4 as your height. You'll get the exact same answer that I will. You'll still get 288. Okay, tell me how you figured out the area of the base. Yeah. Multiply that again. You'll get 288. Yeah. Yeah, in a rectangle prism, you can choose whichever base you want because it's the same. It's gonna be the same formula. Any other shape, though, you got to pick the base has to be the one in its name. All right, volume of 360. So that one is done. Volume is way easier. Next shape is still a compound solid, but we're not adding two solids together. We're taking it away. So this is a block of wood with a hole drilled out of the middle of it. Okay, so that's a hole in the middle. So when we're wrapping it, we've got our sides, we've got our tops with holes cut out, but then we also have to wrap the inside of the hole. Okay. So I'm going to start with the net of the block. So something like that. And then we have a hole cut out. And then I need to remember to add in the label of the can. Because I can't really draw that with its net. So I've got my block with my holes cut out, and then I have the inside lining of the hole. All right. They only gave you one side. So we're going to assume that these are squares because they didn't tell you otherwise. 48 by 48. The height of each of these little rectangles is 18. So you've got 4 rectangles that are 18 by 48. You've got 2 rectangles that are 48 by 48. And then the diameter of our hole is only 9 centimeters. Okay. So I'm going to start with the easy ones. I'm going to do the 18 by 48. Each of those pieces is 864 units. All right, easy enough. Then I'm going to do the square. So I'll do 48 times 48. That is 2,304. But then I need to take away the circle. So I'm going to subtract 3 pi pi times 3 squared. No, that's wrong. The radius is 4.5. I'm going to subtract pi times 4.5 squared. Go ahead and multiply out the pi because we're dealing with rectangles and circles, so multiply that out. 4.5 squared times pi. It's about 63.6. So I'm going to take 2,304 minus 63.6. Then the area of that box with the circle cut out. 2240.4. 2240.4. 2,240.4. It's nice that once you do the top, you've already got the bottom done because they're the same. So I have all the outer surfaces done now. Now I just need to do the lining of the hole. So that's the label of a cylinder. And if you remember, the height is the circumference of, the base is the circumference of the circle, and the height is going to be 18. Circumference in this case is 9 pi, diameter times pi. So 18 times 9 times pi, 508.9. There's only one of those. We don't need to double it. So we just need to add up those 7 values. (8,445.7 centimeters squared). Any questions or concerns here? Wonderful. Alrighty, then we're going to do the volume of the same figure. This time you're going to find the volume of the box, and you're just going to subtract the volume of the cylinder that got cut away. So volume of box, volume of cylinder. Both of them are prism-like, so we're going to do area of the base times the height, area of the base times the height. I would choose for the square, the 48 by 48 for my base. That's 2304. Then bring down the height, which is 18. The volume of the box before we cut the hole in it was 41,472. 41,472. And then we're going to do the volume of the cylinder. The area of the base is pi r squared. So 4.5 squared times pi. You might remember this number from the last one, 63.6. What is the height of this cylinder? That's 18. Same height as this rectangle thingy. So 63.6 times 18. 1,144.8. All right, now what do we do with these two numbers? We're going to subtract them because we had to take away the cylinder from the volume of the box. If we were to add them, the figure would look like this, where the cylinder would be sitting on top. Because then it would be the combined. This one is the difference. 41,472 minus. Subtract those and you're going to get 40,327.2. 40,327.2 centimeters cubed. Okay. So I only have one assignment for this section, and I'm not going to give it to you till tomorrow, and we're going to spend the whole class working on it. There were about 4 or 5 of us that did not turn in those quizzes yesterday. So if they didn't get finished, please finish them now. If they are finished, you just forgot to turn it in, hit that turn in button. You can share these notes into your surface area volume notebook. This is section 4. That's all I got for today. Anybody at home have any questions?
I'm okay.
Wonderful. Oh, is it just Addie at home today? Yep. I'll still be here.
So we don't have anything else